Emotional eating is an innocent-looking devil which causes obesity. And this obesity is the mother of all health problems, including heart attacks and stroke. In this video, we will talk about emotional eating and how to stop emotional eating. Stay tuned. So first things first, what is this emotional eating? Emotional eating is basically managing your emotions, that is stress, boredom, loneliness, sorrow, by food. Emotional eating is okay if you do it occasionally and it is one of your coping mechanisms. But when it becomes the only emotional coping mechanism, then it's a problem. So what's happening here is that whenever you're stressed but not hungry, you start consuming your favorite food, that is the comfort food, in large amount at a faster pace, and you do that until you're stuffed uncomfortably. It's not that you feel satisfied like in a normal hunger, but you're just stuffed so uncomfortably that you can't eat anymore. And all this ends with a feeling of guilt and disgust. This is emotional eating. And when all this happens for at least once a week for last 3 months, then we classify this as binge eating. Okay, one point worth mentioning here is that when women are usually emotionally disturbed, they resort to emotional eating more as compared to men do, because men usually fall for smoking and alcohol. So a word of caution here is that do not repair your emotional eating with emotional drinking or emotional smoking. So don't fall into another trap to leave the previous one. That's very important. Secondly, the sooner you fix the problem, the better it is. As we all know, old habits die hard and old and bad habits die harder. So do not delay it for tomorrow or next week or next month. Do it now. And thirdly and most importantly, this emotional eating is not because of lack of your self-control or willpower. It's simply a habit that has been formed in a given set of conditions, and as we undo our other habits, even this one can be undone. So, if a habit can be formed, it can be deformed also. In order to deal with this emotional eating, let's take it up in 3 phases. Phase 1 is detect your trigger. What is it that pushes you to emotional eating? Just observe yourself closely and find it out. Next is phase 2. We have 4 important points for you here. Number 1 is that this emotional eating is a sort of drug addiction. And always remember that no one gets addicted to food, drug, or alcohol. We get addicted to escaping reality. So do not brush your emotions under the carpet. Face them. That's the only way. Number 2 is, as we already discussed, emotional eating is not the result of lack of self-control. It's just a combination of choices which you make in a difficult situation while dealing with a stress. Number 3 is reinforce in your mind time and again that eat food when you're hungry and do not eat food when you're angry or emotionally drained. And number 4 is work out on other healthy ways to deal with your stress. See, there are many ways. You can be talking to your friend, you can be writing your emotions down, you can be listening to your favorite music, taking a walk outside, dancing, attending yoga classes, learning meditation and doing it. There are a lot of ways. You have to figure out what works for you. Phase 3 is change your environment. Our surrounding environment has a very crucial role in building or breaking us. For example, change your food that you crave with healthy fruits or nuts. You can also stop looking at the foods or food advertisements that you crave, because once you have a look at the food in the advertisement, you'll feel like having it. Or you can choose a way, like in case you go to office and in the way you see that store where your favorite food which you crave for is there, you can change your way. You have to make small tweaks in your daily life so that your environment is not suggestive of emotional eating to you. See, when you'll have this unhealthy food lying close to you, there are more chances that you will have it. So, clear your environment of all this. Clear your environment of the physical food and clear your environment of the sight of this physical food. That will be really helpful. Now let's discuss the plan of action when the craving strikes. Let's discuss it under the immediate action and the delayed action to get rid of this emotional eating. For the immediate action, now that we have identified the trigger, just observe yourself closely, and next time you feel like having your favorite food after this emotional trigger, just do nothing but one thing, that apply a pause. Add a delay of 1 to 2 minutes. You don't say that you don't have to eat that food to yourself. You just say that I'm going to eat this food after a delay of 1 to 2 minutes. And what you have to do in this duration is 3 things. First, drink a glass of water. Second, try to be calm. Number 3 is write down on a notebook the emotion that triggered this craving in you and what you're feeling exactly at this moment. Now, after this time, something around 2 minutes passes, try to be calm and take a smaller portion of your food, not the whole bag of chips or not the whole bucket of ice cream, but a small portion of that food and eat it nicely and calmly. Don't be in a rush. Try to do this. It will not happen immediately, but it will take patience. But trust me, with constant practice, patience, applying the pause, you will succeed and get out of this mess. You have to keep a notebook and a pen close to your craved food. And next time when the craving happens, again do the same. Increase the pause interval and write down your emotions in your notebook. The science behind this is that if food was used to block the emotion, then unleashing the emotion by writing it, or you can say expressing the emotion in words, can be used to get recovered from this food addiction. So, the food which was used to block the emotion can be blocked by words which are used to express the emotion. That's the logic of writing down. Now, the delayed plan of action. First and foremost is that do not buy these high-calorie craved foods again when you go shopping next time. If you buy them, keep them close to you. Chances are you will crave them. You'll open the bag and just eat them without any logic. Number 2 is don't obsess yourself with this food. The more you'll say yourself that you cannot have this food, the more your body and mind will try to push you to have it. So just leave it alone. Do not magnify it by focusing on it. As you know that if our mind focuses on something, it grows huge. So don't make it huge. Leave it at its place. It will go. Number 3 is keep telling the harms that this emotional eating has done to you. Once you keep on repeating, your mind will try not to take you on that path again. And always remember that if you're a mother, you're not doing it to yourself, you're doing it to your child also, because your children will see you and learn from you. If you are an emotional eater, the likelihood is high that your children will also be. And we don't want that for our children. No mother wants that. So keep that in mind. 4th is invest in yourself. You have to pamper yourself. You can go for dance classes, yoga classes, or you can go for walk or start practicing meditation. All will help. And finally, I would like to say that take control of your life. Don't let emotions take control of you. Thank you.